On the campus of Morgan State University, members of the Collegiate 100 are determined to make a difference by helping others succeed.
We have actually three token programs that we utilize. One is the 100 Academy, where we actually work with schools in the Baltimore area. Our focus in the 100 Academy is tutoring, so academics with a secondary purpose of mentoring. There we help them try to help them improve their grades. And then we have the 100 Fellows, which directly impacts retention at Morgan State University.
The Collegiate 100 operates under the leadership of 100 Black Men of Baltimore. They're making quite a name for themselves on campus.
Meet this man named Tristan Young, meet this man named Ray Lucas, these brothers that help you find the way.
Ray Lucas, the president of the Maryland chapter of 100 Black Men, has a personality larger than life.
They said he was a good man, he was doing a lot of good things for the community. And when I met him, I was just, wait a minute. This guy, I was expecting somebody uptight and very brute, and he's very relaxed, he's very social.
Everywhere I went, everybody knew him.
A lot of times he's like the life of the party.
Hey Ray, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, oh, okay. But despite being very social, he still gets the work done.
Get it done is an understatement.
There are only 7 days in a week. This is not a full-time job. None of us get paid.
Usually he's the first one here, sometimes the last one to leave unless his wife makes him leave early.
100 Black Men not only partners with Morgan State University and several schools in the Baltimore area, they have a special relationship with the students at Calvin Rodwell Elementary. The organization sponsors many programs there, including Chef's Angels.
They got 389 kids over there. They want, Ms. Booker wants all of the kids involved in this.
Ray got his sense of community service from his mother, who was an educator in the city school system.
I used to see all these things that she had on around the walls, you know, these certificates and letters of recognition, and I said to myself, oh yeah, that's cool, I'd like to get some of those. And then somebody said, well, you got to do something, right?
And after 32 years of work with IBM, he got a reality check.
My wife said to me at one time, she said, you know, you've got too much time on your hands. You know, I figured I wanted to stay married.
But it was another one of his leading ladies that helped guide him to mentoring.
When my daughter was getting old enough to start getting phone calls from guys, you know, some of the guys that called, you know, had some of the worst manners in the world, and just some of the things they said, I said, you know, it's ridiculous. So I kind of said to myself, well, you know, I can sit back and complain and judge that, or I could do something about it, or be a part of making sure that there's some decent guys out there for my daughter. And so that was kind of a spark.
While serving as a mentor at a youth boot camp, Ray realized that the difference between being behind bars and breaking down walls was literacy. So he and his members decided to be the change that they wanted to see.
That if you want to inspire children to read, then they ought to see a man with a book. All of our members started showing up with books.
If you want to know what book to read, ask Ray.
He talks about, to every child, about their possibilities. He's constantly sitting down and giving them the roadmap to get from point A to point B. And I said, well, I can see why he's the president.
Aside from his parents, Ray got his motivation from one of the greatest leaders of our time.
I think about King, and I remember watching my parents' reaction to the speech in '63. I owe a lot to him because I entered corporate America in around '75. There's no way that I would have been able to enter that environment without some of the things that King did.
What Ray and I talk about all the time, talk about, philosophize about, fight about, it is the content of character. What you believe is illustrated by what you do. And he says that all the time. He's constantly saying to everybody that, you know, he says to me, take it out of the clouds and put it on the ground.
Like Dr. King, Ray Lucas also has a dream.
It kind of rubs off on you, and you can't even help it. You know, Ray is definitely passionate.
I think it's a gift. Like, not a lot of people have the means or expansion to literally lift their voice out to like reach and help others.
You get to an age where you kind of look back over your shoulder and you say to yourself, okay, That's all cool, but what am I leaving behind? You know, what's my legacy? I know it sounds mushy and all of that, and there may not be a whole lot of money in that, but you know, what's important to me has kind of evolved and changed over the years.
But he's modest about the accolades.
I'm very honored and very humbled, you know, because I mean, I don't do what I do for recognition. I do what I do because it's important to me, and I'm really sincere about that. I got a chance one time to spend time with Dr. Height, Dorothy Height, and she said, you know, anybody that's worried about getting credit isn't getting anything done.
As his third term as president of 100 Black Men comes to an end, Ray is preparing to hand over the torch.
It's really time for me to make room for somebody else.
This is his last term as president, but he won't go anywhere.
I have no problem stepping into the background as long as I can be out there, you know, with the troops, because I kind of have more fun doing that anyway.